Hey guys, JT Shaver here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a really unique RGB flapjack light from Fotodiox. If you want to keep up with the latest camera and lighting reviews, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss the next video. The light I'm going to be looking at today is from Fotodiox and it's called the Jupiter18 Prizmo Edition. This is a flapjack light, so as the name implies, it's circular and flat like a pancake. Some form factors can kind of reduce the versatility of a light. For example, an RGB pocket light is so small and it's not bright enough to be used as a key light, for example. But this light really lends itself well to a whole bunch of different situations. The Prizmo designation also means that this light has full RGB support, which is great. Let's take a look at some of the positive aspects of this light. The carrying case for this light is really nice and well padded, and it has a carrying handle as well as a shoulder strap, so that just makes it easier to carry when you have multiple lights in your hands. This light has a TLCI of 95+. It does also have a green magenta adjustment feature that makes it really easy to really dial it into the perfect white balance. It's got red, green, blue, white, and tungsten LEDs, which makes it really great for representing color accurately. On a similar note, it also has built-in filters to simulate industry standard gels like CTO, CTB, and more. That makes it really easy to match with any other lights that are in your scene. Since this light is perfectly round, it does have some other benefits like perfectly round catch lights in your eyes and really nice diffuse reflections on reflective product photography. If you're using a COB light to light something reflective and you have a big softbox on it, sometimes you can see the faceted edges of that shape. If you try to use a grid to control the light spill, you'll also see that in the reflection, and it's just not very attractive. This light takes care of both of those things without any additional modifiers. This light also has built-in special effects with customizable saturation, speed, and brightness. You can power this light with the included AC adapter or a V-mount battery, and the nice thing about the AC adapter is that it has a V-mount on the back, so you can attach it right to the back of the light and it won't be hanging off the light or sitting on the ground. It also has a DMX input if you have a DMX board and you want to control the light from a remote location. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest benefits with this light is that it's super easy to set up. You just take the light out and stick it on a light stand, and you don't have to set up any kind of softbox or modifier or put any gels on it. It's basically got the smallest footprint that you can get for a light with as big of a surface area as it has. That makes it really useful, especially in something like a small office or studio, or when you're filming in tight spaces. Again, it has full RGB capabilities, so you can control the red, green, blue, white, and tungsten LEDs independently to create basically any color you can think of. One of the downsides with a light of this form factor is that it's a lot harder to control the light spill. If you want to add external diffusion, you kind of have to rig up something to hold it right in front of the light, instead of using a softbox like you would with a normal COB light. This light is not super bright, but it is bright enough for most situations, and you also have to consider that the light source itself is much bigger. If you have a COB light, you always have to add some kind of modifier to soften the light, and that'll cut 1 to 2 full stops off the overall brightness. To give you a better idea of how bright this light is in a more practical situation, I'm going to measure it versus the Godox SL60W with no kind of softbox or reflector. All the measurements are taken at 1 meter and ISO 100. For the Godox SL60W, I got f4 and 4/10 at 1/30th of a second, and for the Jupiter18 Prizmo, I got f4 and 4/10 at 1/30th of a second as well. So straight out of the box, this light is exactly as bright as the SL60W. So as I was editing this video, I noticed that the Fotodiox Jupiter18 was only showing 80% brightness on the back of the unit. And I did some digging and I found out that that's because when you're on battery power, they limit you to 80% to keep the battery from dying too fast. I would prefer that you could set the light to 100% no matter what, but I really don't use this light at more than 10 to 25% in most cases anyways. With that said, the difference in brightness between 80 and 100% on the Jupiter18 is about 1/3 of a stop. So the Jupiter18 is 1/3 stop brighter than the Godox SL60W, and that's before adding any kind of modifier to the Godox light. Long story short, this light is even brighter than I initially thought, So let's get back to the rest of the review. But again, you have to keep in mind the size and softness of this light source and the fact that you have to add diffusion to the SL60W. This light isn't the perfect light for all situations, but it does excel in small spaces and it has some benefits that no other light has. If you're interested in picking up this RGB version or the bicolor version of this light or any other lights that I mentioned in this video, I'll have affiliate links in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me create more videos like this. Also, leave a comment and let me know what video you want to see next. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.